Hello and welcome again to the Bench Report. Concise summaries of debates and briefings from the benches of the UK Parliament. A new topic every episode. It's September 2025, summer recess is over, and we are back in session. You're listening to Amy and Ivan. Today we're examining a new bill in Parliament focusing on a critical public health issue, allergy guidance for babies and infants. This is a topic that truly resonates with many families, and you might find some of the insights from this parliamentary discussion quite surprising.
It is compelling, isn't it, how one MP's personal journey is shedding light on such a significant public health challenge. Our look into the material today will reveal the sheer scale of the issue and the proactive changes being proposed, highlighting the real-world impact of current medical advice and the potential for a fresh approach.
So let's unpack that. How does a personal story turn into a national policy debate? It starts with MP Becky Gittins from Clued East. She mentioned she's a longtime allergy sufferer herself, and expecting her first child, she's been actively looking into prevention. And she's highlighting a serious problem. The UK grapples with some of the highest rates of allergic conditions globally. It affects more than a quarter of the population.
That's right. And those numbers, they aren't just abstract figures. They represent a significant burden. Allergic conditions are now among the most common chronic diseases for children. Think about this. 6% of all GP visits are allergy-related.
6%? Wow.
And the medicines needed. They consume 10% of the entire GP prescribing budget. The direct cost to the NHS for managing these diseases is over £1 billion annually. And frankly, that's likely an understatement.
£1 billion.
More intimately, you'll find, on average, 2 children in every single classroom affected by food allergies. That number actually doubled in the UK just between 2008 and 2018. The growth is, it's exponential.
With figures like that, it certainly suggests current approaches aren't quite cutting it. So what's the radical shift this bill is actually proposing for parents, especially those, with high-risk babies?
The central idea is a pivot towards prevention. The bill argues for a review of the existing food allergy guidance for feeding and weaning babies, but specifically for a high-risk group.
High-risk meaning?
Infants already showing early signs, like severe eczema, or those who already have a diagnosed egg allergy. The argument is straightforward. Preventing these severe conditions from developing is better for patients and, crucially, for the NHS's financial sustainability.
Makes sense.
And it's important to clarify, this proposal doesn't contradict advice for exclusive breastfeeding for about 6 months. Not at all. Any potential early weaning for this specific group would still happen alongside continued breastfeeding.
Okay, so if we circle back to those alarming statistics, what's the main issue with our current advice? And how does it stack up globally?
Well, the current NHS guidance on introducing potential allergens, it's almost a decade old.
A decade? In medical terms, that's quite a while.
It is. And it suggests that delaying the introduction of foods like peanuts and eggs beyond 6 to 12 months might actually increase the risk of developing an allergy. But here's the thing. Many other countries have moved in a completely different direction now.
Such as?
The US, parts of Europe, they actively encourage the early introduction of allergens, usually between 4 and 6 months, again, specifically for these high-risk infants. There was a groundbreaking study, the L8B study, Learning Early About Peanuts, published 10 years ago now.
Ah, yes. I remember hearing about that.
It showed that among high-risk infants, aged 4 to 11 months, 17% who avoided peanuts developed an allergy by age 5, 17%, compared to just 3% among those who regularly ate peanut snacks from an early age.
17 versus 3. That's a huge difference. Really stark.
It's massive. And as a result, U.S. guidance now recommends introducing peanut-containing food early, at 4 to 6 months, for infants with severe eczema or egg allergies, or at least seeking an allergist's advice.
So it sounds like there's a real disconnect then. Why isn't this information getting through effectively here?
That seems to be the crux of it. Many young parents, and parents-to-be, report struggling to find clear information, especially for these high-risk children. There's also perhaps a tendency among some medical professionals to, understandably, err on the side of caution. A safety-first approach, which often means not actively encouraging early allergen introduction.
A sort of cautious inertia.
Perhaps. So this proposed review isn't just about writing new guidelines. It's aiming for more clarity, consistency, raising public awareness, and empowering healthcare professionals, too, with better education and training. Plus, it touches on a critical equity issue.
How so?
Evidence suggests that young children from some ethnic minority families are statistically more likely both to develop an allergy and to have multiple allergies. So
Hmm.
for them, clear, up-to-date guidance is even more vital. They're potentially more disadvantaged by the current ambiguity.
So, as we see this clear intention in Parliament to shift from, let's say, reactive treatment to proactive prevention in childhood allergies, it really raises a powerful question for you listening. If our approach to something as fundamental as infant nutrition can be so drastically reevaluated based on new evidence, what other pieces of long-standing advice in public health might be quietly overdue for their own reexamination?
Precisely. The lesson here isn't just about peanuts or specific allergies. It's about that vital, continuous process. Scrutinizing established norms, adapting to what the latest science truly tells us ultimately for better public health outcomes for absolutely everyone.
As always, find us on social media at Bench Report UK. Get in touch with any topic important to you. Remember, politics is everyone's business. Take care.
Hello there, this is Tom, the producer of The Bench Report. Listener suggestions are vital to my mission of making politics more accessible and accountable. So, if you have an issue that's really important to you, personally or professionally, and want to know what those in power are doing about it, please get in touch via email or via our socials at Bench Report UK. I'll grab another coffee and start scanning those parliamentary archives.